When a new games console is released, it is important to make sure that a good selection of games are available at the same time. These games should be able to appeal to a broad audience. Most times, popular arcade ports and established franchises are released on launch day. But Nintendo always played it bold, and with the Super Nintendo, they decided to go all in and release a handful of games that clearly showed off the graphical advantage it had over the Sega Mega Drive. And one of those games was F-Zero, and the other was this future classic, Pilotwings. In Pilotwings, the player attempts to earn pilot licenses through lessons in light plane flight, hang gliding, skydiving, and the use of a rocket belt. Bonus stages and levels involving an attack helicopter are also available. Each event offers unique controls and gameplay mechanics, and to increase the realism of the game's flight simulation, the developers extensively utilised the SNES Mode 7 capability, which mimics 3D graphics by rotating and scaling flat objects. After playing F-Zero, I was well aware of what the Super Nintendo was capable of, but when looking at Pilotwings you can see just how powerful the machine actually is. The way the ground races up at you when you skydive before you pull the parachute cord is fantastic, if a little blocky at times. But still, for 1990, it was like nothing else seen in the home. The premise of the game is simple. Earn your stripes by mastering the various disciplines and work your way through the challenges. And the challenges are challenging. The first round is straightforward enough, but in level 2 there is a sudden hike in difficulty, and it will take you more than a few goes to pass it. Some of the new challenges include changes in the weather making the ground slippy when landing, as it's been snowing, or trying to keep in a straight line when the wind has picked up. Other changes include the rings shrinking in size and also being a lot closer together. The 4 disciplines offer unique challenges which are different enough to keep the player coming back until they beat the game, which should take a while, and thankfully Nintendo included a password option, so you don't have to play the game from the start each time. Level codes are easily found online now, and so anyone can start Pilotwings on Expert. But back in 1990, when you seen a player who was good enough to have the nighttime title page with the word Expert on it, you knew you were in the presence of greatness. The music is nice and joyful, and the score was composed by Soyo Oka, with each tune sounding light-hearted and playful to go in the theme of the game. Although, the helicopter music was composed by Koji Kondo and sounds very ominous, almost like it's signalling you of danger ahead. When it came to making family-friendly games, Nintendo were the boss. These were the games that the whole family could enjoy, and also helped many kids sell their parents on the Super Nintendo as well. I never owned this game, but a good friend of mine had it and never really played it, and so he kindly lent it to me for about a year. and in that time I would always come back to it in between the likes of Final Fight, Contra Spirits and Super Mario World. I wish I could say that it was a game that I was able to beat, but sadly not. It was a fun game to play, but I didn't really have the patience to master it. And so I got to level 5, which earned me the expert title screen, but didn't go beyond that. When playing it back for this video, I am reminded of how much fun can be had playing Pilotwings, but I had completely forgot how frustrating things can be as well, especially when trying to land on the moving targets to earn the right for the bonus stage. No matter how hard I try, I always seem to just miss out, and then have to control myself so I don't rage quit. I am still using original UK Super Nintendo pads here, and these things are quite pricey now, so I don't want to damage any. There isn't really much to say about Pilotwings now. In terms of visuals, it hasn't aged well at all. In those early days of Mode 7, the graphics artists would draw the image at the actual size and then zoom in, which is why it always appears blocky. In the years following the launch of the Super Nintendo, developers learned it was better to draw the image at full zoom in and then zoom out, which made the appearance of it a lot better. It's still a fun game to play today, but it is not really a game that you will be coming back to time and time again. And if you do feel the need to play Pilotwings, then I would recommend playing Pilotwings 64 on the N64, as it is vastly superior in every aspect in my opinion. But that being said, Pilotwings on the Super Nintendo should be a game that everybody at least tries, and for those who are too young or were not around when the Super NES was launched, have a go and witness a game that dropped jaws and blew people's minds when it was just out. And that is my look back at Pilotwings on the Super Nintendo. If you like this video, then please don't forget to give me a sub and a thumbs up, or even leave a comment or two, and a big thank you to all of those who have subscribed. It does mean a lot. And that's all from me folks. Thanks for watching.